Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Rome Let's Play. As you can see, things have progressed pretty considerably since the last episode, especially along the southern wall here, which is mostly converted over to stone, or limestone. We just need to finish the towers and then floor the thing, and then it's finished. So, I'm pretty pleased with that, and conveniently, we're being raided from that direction. We'll get to that in a moment, but for starters, as you can see, I've kind of filled in this area here. I've tried to make it look somewhat natural. I'm using gravel rather than lichen-covered soil in these areas now because the gravel has a lot lower fertility, and so it means that stuff like this is a lot less likely to pop up, which is preferable for me because I don't want stuff growing here. I plan to either build on it or I just want to leave it as sort of open ground. And so the gravel should see less of that sort of thing happening. And I've done the same along the little coastlines here of our moat, just so that we can kind of keep the same aesthetic as the lichen covered soil, but without worrying about trees growing on the banks, because I've had to continually queue up the chopping down of trees that pop up here. And that horse isn't dead, by the way. I don't know what that blood's from. He's just sleeping. I've gone ahead and I've asked them to clear out a small little path in the trees here, and we're going to attempt a controlled burn of this area. My hope is that we can basically just kill off all the plant life in that spot, and I think the scorched earth should prevent stuff from growing there for a while, but if we have to, we'll put in gravel there too. But again, I want a nice kill zone on the far side of our moat, that way anybody trying to attack us doesn't have the advantage of tree cover as they approach the walls. And we'll do that on all sides. Well, we don't necessarily need to do it here because the crop plots kind of serve the same purpose. And in fact, we could put crop plots over here, but for now, just torching it works just as well. I don't have to worry about continually harvesting stuff. What else? We're building paths a little bit further out into here. Last time around I talked about maybe expanding the fort into districts on the outside here, and it seemed like you guys really liked that idea. I'm just not sold on it yet, partly because the closer we get to the edge of the map, the less defensible the fort gets. Right now we can be attacked on 3 of 4 sides, but the enemy has to traverse a pretty heavy forest to attack those 3 sides. If we were to say push the walls out to here, well, we're going to retain these walls regardless. The district would just be built in addition to that. But if we pushed another wall out here, then all of a sudden the enemy only has to go that far. And so I am still not convinced that that's the best thing to do. I'm a little bit more inclined to keep this place around and go build another fort elsewhere on a bigger map tile, so that we can expand into a much bigger city without the worry of being up against the edges of the tile. Whether or not that is what you guys want to see, I guess we'll have to figure out. What else? We've had some people join. I don't recall who was with us at the end of last episode, but the new additions would have been Red, who was obviously one of our prisoners. I haven't renamed her yet. Apicus was the wild man that we recruited. I'm not going to rename him because he's got a pretty suitably Roman name already. Hilda, who was... crap, where did she come from again? Oh, right, she's the one that joined us off the edge of the map. I think she was in the last episode. And then the newest addition, Pushka, who is the daughter of Constantine and Loka. So the first fort or garrison child that we've had. And she is actually pretty good for being an infant. You can see her shooting and melee. Oh, that's Hilda, sorry. I can't actually look at Pushka's skills right now because Dante's carrying her, but there she is. Very tiny. I made sure we got some clothes for her. So yes, we're being raided down here by the Pact of Ranyo. They're tribals, which means this should be relatively easy. We unfortunately don't get to test any of our ballista, though, because they're all on the other side. But what are you going to do? Conveniently, as well, they offered us a treaty or peace talk opportunity. I'm actually not interested in that. I would prefer to make peace with the civilized factions, like the Spartans and Romans and Macedonians, and continue to wage war with the tribals, because I think that's better suited to this Roman-style playthrough. That's kind of, you know, what we were going for. And plus, they are a lot less dangerous than the other factions. People have told me that the, like, Spartans, for example, are, you know, pretty nasty when they spawn raids. So, let's get moving. They're going to take a little bit of time to just kind of hang around. So, we will have some time to get ready. That wolf is trucking on over here. Oh, that's why. Okay, well, we'll have to hunt it. I should probably get people moving over there anyways. So, let's start waking people up. And anybody without a ranged weapon, I think, is going to stand by over here. So, like, you guys are going to be sort of an interior wall. You know what? Maybe I'll put them outside. We'll put them right here. 4 across. What are you doing? Oh, right. I had you building the wall up there. I'll let you finish that, actually. Gogua, what are you doing? That was you. Okay. Red, you are going to go eat. I guess that's okay. Stilico, I'm going to ask that you set up there. Aetius, I'm going to ask that you set up here. Let's see. I'll put you in a similar spot. Loka, I want you on an embrasure. I guess you can go on that side. Tanya, you have a sling, so I'll put you in one of those as well. I don't know if we're going to bother Felix at this point. You guys can set up out here. So we'll have just like a wall of men protecting the gate. And then we'll have archers on either side supporting them. And anybody with ranged weapons set up in the protected wall areas, bombarding the enemy. I get the feeling they're going to be coming a little bit heavier on this side. Right? Because they're coming from this direction. So they'll probably be about here rather than out there. I guess we'll find out, though. Red, oh, I was going to let you eat, sorry. Yeah, go eat. Apicus, you don't have a weapon. Hilda only has a knife. So I think that's a good start. Cabo, you might have to kill that wolf. Go ahead and do it. You guys aren't going to help? Like how they all just run by. Come on, everybody kill the wolf real quick. There we go. You're actually bleeding pretty bad. Great. Fall back in line. Actually, you know what? Go get yourself treated, I guess. And, Tanya, I'd appreciate it if you didn't ride our horses into danger. In fact, why don't you go tend to him? Just go about your business, I guess. And then Red, I'm going to need you to take Kaibo's place. Can't believe a wolf already messed somebody up. Alright, so they're coming in. And then we have a lynx. Oh, great. Great timing. You're on your way over there. I, again, would prefer that you did not endanger the horses. Constantine, I need you to dismount. And I'm actually going to have you go deal with the lynx. Or can I afford that? Might need him over here. Yeah, I think I need him over here. Because we need to fill those gaps. Do I have anybody else who's capable of doing that? I'd prefer somebody with both melee and ranged weapons. I don't know if I have anybody else like that, though. I guess we'll see. It might not be necessary. But it does look like they're moving a little bit more toward the right than I had expected. Hilda, oh, you're gonna grab the wolf. Okay, as long as you're not hanging out here. Oh, damn it. Gogua, I need you to go save the horse. We're probably gonna lose it though. Yeah. Oh well, we can get more. Just go kill the lynx to make sure it doesn't happen again, and we'll collect both for food. Alright, you guys are throwing your pila and shooting arrows. So far, this is working pretty well. They're going to trigger the trap. like idiots. And yeah, I'm fairly pleased with how this is working. Let's get you to the other side, because you don't seem to be of much use in that spot. So one of them is already down. One of us is down. Let's see. They're starting to flee. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Wow, we got a lot of them without actually killing really any of them. Okay, there's another one down. Let's see. Muffalo. Go ahead and... No. Prioritize hunting the Muffalo. No. Where is it? Cannot mount. No, no, no. Okay. What's the deal here? Oh, probably because he doesn't have a ranged weapon. Do me a favor then and help out there. Polar Bear, you can contribute to that as well. Alright, there we go. So we need to start taking prisoners and rescuing our own. Polar Bear, grab and rescue Billarar. And let's see. Go get yourself patched up. Go get yourself patched up. You took some damage as well, but it's mostly just scratches. But you guys should go get healed regardless. You just have bruises, so you're going to help me out here. Stilico, you're also going to help me. And then we'll put the archers to work. So, let's see here. Frog. Undergrounder, tough, steadfast. Pretty good set of traits, actually. That's one of the better characters I've seen in terms of traits. Unfortunately, she's not much of a fighter, so the tough isn't going to be all that useful. She does have other utility, though, so I think she is somebody that might be worth bringing back. Let's go ahead and capture her. I'm going to actually press play here just to clear some of these people out. I can see a little bit better. Then we have Human, the Keeper, who... Psychically deaf, Gourmand, too smart. Male Berserker. Not really much of a fighter, though. And honestly doesn't offer a whole lot. It's kind of a bummer. Alright. Baltra. We have a pretty good fighter who's an optimist, a slowpoke, and psychically deaf. I think he's got some utility. So let's ask Aetius, or I guess Constantine, to grab Baltra. And then we have Turkey. Not the Muffalo, sorry. Turkey. Wow. Undergrounder, Messenger's Jogger, but has passion for almost everything. She is pretty good. We'll just have to put her on a night shift or something, otherwise she's going to cause a lot of trouble with the guys of the group. Let's ask Ashura to grab Turkey. Then we have Vulture. Undergrounder and Gay. Pretty good, though. More of an archer. And it looks like potentially a doctor. Yeah, again, pretty well rounded, so let's grab him. Oh, are we out of beds? Yeah. Okay, we'll make some more. Food is not really a problem right now, so I'm not really concerned with grabbing too many of these people. As soon as we see their recruitment difficulties, we can decide whether some of them are worth keeping or not. Because, for example, if, you know, Baltra is good, or maybe like Vulture's a better example, because Baltra is really good. Or was that Turkey, sorry. Yeah, Turkey's the one that's good at everything. Vulture and Baltra have some utility. But if they're like, you know, 99 resistance, 99 recruitment difficulty, then it doesn't really matter. So we probably won't bother. But we'll still bring them in and at least take a look. Combo. Underground or Slowpoke. Pretty good fighter, though. Artemis, go ahead and grab her. And again, we can always heal them and release them to get better relations with this faction. Who was interested in making peace with us, but again, I wasn't really interested in that myself. Did we rescue the child? Good shot with the bow. Can cook. Can craft. Well, could potentially craft. And then we have Blue, who's also really good, but kind of lazy. Loka, I'm going to ask you to grab Blue, and we'll have to figure out the rest. But almost everybody in that raid was a pretty good character. Tanya, you're just laying there while we have people dying. Or did you already tend to him? Okay, good. Look at you go. By the way, this is not a helmet. He being Gogwa, took his helmet off, and I asked him to put it back on, and then the texture just got stuck there. So he's wearing that helmet, but the game still is showing it there for some reason. Right. Epicus, can you grab... I'm not sure. I guess let's just let this play out for now. I don't think we're going to take human. If you're not rescuing anybody, can you finish off the muffalo? And we'll turn it into food. Oh, you just stopped taking vulture, I guess. Okay. I'm going to ask Epicus to do it then. She's actually carrying the... Yeah, that's the issue. She's carrying the muffalo. It's just because they're children, the graphics kind of work weird. It doesn't actually show what it is they're carrying, even though they are indeed carrying it. So that's why I thought she was not doing anything. She was, it's just I couldn't see the guy. Hilda grabbed the boar, that's fine. Oh, I can clear that out now. I kept that open so I didn't forget to show you guys. Bloodlust, Gourmand. The issue is she's gonna eat more than normal. But she does have some use, and she is really young, so she's got a lot of time to get better. Same with Bison. Though Bison is a lot less useful. And then Human is just kind of not that great. Hates social, hates carrying. I'm not sure. I guess let's see how many beds we have left. Because again, food has not really been an issue. Are you tending? Cool. Perfect. So Gallo's actually going to patch them up. And I don't necessarily need to worry about somebody else doing it. It looks like we still have 2 unknown spots though, so we could potentially grab both of them. And I think I will. Can you capture hair? And Tanya's treating people, so I shouldn't interrupt her. Who else is around? Felix is cooking. Hilda is doing what? You're gonna grab the dead baby horse. Oh, Gogo, I'm so sorry. Go ahead and don't consume it. I guess there's nowhere to store it. Okay, fine. Just as you were then. And I need one more person to come capture this other prisoner. Who's it gonna be? Ashura. It's gonna be you. And let's see. You will die, so I don't need to worry about finishing them off. I'll have to decide what I want to do with their weapons. Might be better to just turn it back into steel. I don't really intend to use these spears. So, yeah, they might not be all that useful to us. But again, we can at least get raw materials for it, from it. So, Tanya, where are you at now? You're going to tend to Aetius, who has not yet been treated. You're good to go. You have one really nasty stab. And you're good to go. Turkey died from blood loss. Oh, I thought it was an animal. Whoops. Alright, so the really, really good character just died. That's a shame. But it looks like, in terms of health, she was kind of a mess. So, I guess what are you going to do? Dante, are you capable of medicine? You are. And yet you're sleeping. Let's do a bit of triage here, see who's in the worst shape. It looks like it's going to be Baltra there. Oh god, missing a hand, huh? Yeah, that's a real shame. Vulture. I guess I should have looked at that first, huh? Vulture's probably going to bleed to death. Frog is savable. And none of that looks permanent either. Combo is savable. Well, it looks like you two need the most immediate treatment. Blue is somebody that we can definitely save. Got 11 hours to stop the bleeding in 2 different spots. Baltra is another matter. I think I'm going to try to save Baltra. I'm not going to bother with medicine on either of them, though. We're just going to get them treated. Whoops, don't strip them. See if you can stop the bleeding. And then, I'm assuming when Gallo's done there, he'll move over to somebody else. Frog, yeah, you were fine. Vulture is probably beyond help. So it looks like we've got a few less prisoners to worry about than we thought. You lost a kidney. You wouldn't happen to know medicine. Oh, you happen to indeed know medicine. That's convenient. Can you help the person you just rescued? And then hair is not in great shape, but again, only 2 things to worry about there. So that's a pretty easy job. Okay, let's see. That's pushing it out to 5 hours. Do me a favor and jump over here real quick. That should be relatively fast for you to deal with, and then we can jump back over to Baltra. Combo's using, or not combo, sorry. Red is using medicine on Frog. I don't really care. We have a lot of it. I just didn't want them to waste time going after it. So can you come back over here now? I think you'll be okay. Pretty sure you'll be okay. 2 more injuries to patch up there. Could still lose her to the blood loss, just because it's already at extreme. But I think we'll get her out of it just in time. And so one thing I'm thinking of doing is turning one of these buildings. I didn't really talk about these earlier, but we'll talk about them now. So obviously I've divided this area into 4. We've put a path through in both directions, and obviously framing it with trees like we've done with every other building. I don't want to turn these into houses, because as you can see, I've kind of shown what they would look like as a room with the walls around it. And so if we divided this into 2 rooms, it would just be 2 3x3 rooms, which are really tiny. So I think I'd rather have it be one big room, but one of these I want to turn into a medical center, because as we talked about back in, I think it was episode 2, Roman military forts were actually like the earliest sort of hospitals that you might find, or at least the earliest medical schools, because the Roman military physicians that would accompany the legions were pretty well trained, at least for, you know, what they knew about medicine at the time. And I want to have our fort be similar. So we'll have a little medical center slash surgery. It's going to be rough because we can't use sterile tiles and we don't have, you know, any of the tech really needed for that. Herbal medicine is the best we can do. But I want to have somewhere where we can operate on people in better conditions than a bedroom. And so we'll do, you know, what we can with that. But for somebody like Caro, that's really going to matter because we can actually treat a lot of these things that he has. It's just that there's a good chance he'll die if we operate on him because of, you know, infection and whatnot. Well, not actually infection as far as the game is concerned. It would just be a failed surgery, like a critical fail. But we can excise the carcinoma in his arm, and that would get rid of this entirely. It could go away on its own, but it's going to take a long time. This is one of those things that there's no real treatment for besides removing it. All you can do is just wait for it to sort of disappear on its own, sort of like muscle parasites. But continuing to treat it with decent quality is going to make it more likely to go away. The other option is just taking the arm off, but then he's not really of much use as a fighter. I believe we can also fix his back. We just need plasteel, if that's even in the game still. So that's an option. But yeah, we can repair his spine. And the frail torso, I don't know if there's still an option for us to do anything about that. Yeah, it's going to take more plasteel. So this guy's going to take 200 plasteel. Actually, we can't get medicine outside of a drop, though. Maybe we'll have medicine dropped. The artery blockage I'm less concerned about. But yeah, this guy's a mess, and he would need several surgeries to, bring up to speed. And some of these other people are going to be in similar situations just because, like, for example, they lost a hand. So, what are you going to do about that? We can maybe give him... I don't think there's a prosthetic that we can use. So, he's just going to be down a hand, which is going to hurt his manipulation pretty considerably. Though, what hand is it? It's his left hand. In theory, it wouldn't affect him that much in combat because you could just strap a shield to that left arm and put a sword in the right and he'd be fine. Hey guys, Blue's still dying. So can we do something about that? Red, oh. Red, you need to go get yourself patched up. Where's your bed? I can't tell her to rest until healed because that's not a medical bed. So what I'll do is, Dante, I'm going to ask you to tend to them. Hopefully that will get Red to go get herself in bed because I can't treat her. Actually, I can. Here's what I'm going to do. Fake down. And then Tanya, actually Artemis is going to do it since she's closer, is going to rescue Red. That'll bring her to her bed, and then Tanya is going to treat her as soon as she gets over there. And she'll get medicine since she's actually one of us. Why is Pushka riding a horse? Like a full-size horse at that. Ashura, do me a favor and clean up some of this blood, because we're going to get some infections if you don't. And did we set these up to be able to burn corpses? Yeah, we did. So I'm going to ask somebody to burn those corpses for us, because we've got two in here. We've got Vulture, and we've got... Who is the other one? Ah, yeah. Turkey. Just not a great time to be named after a bird, apparently. Constantine, did you ever get... I guess you don't need to be treated. Alright. I'm going to pause, and we're just going to make sure that every prisoner has been tended to. It looks... like it. Obviously he died, so it's not really relevant. Frog is all patched up. Combo is all patched up. Okay. So everybody that's not already dead should be fine. And then when Ashura is done cleaning all this blood, I'm going to ask her to... Well, I can ask somebody else to do it, but we're going to try to burn those corpses. Hilda, could you do it? So she's going to grab Vulture first and then Turkey. But it looks like we've got some of the blood out of here. We just need to get the rest out. Because again, we don't want infections. We didn't do a whole lot in regard to actually treating the injuries. We didn't give them medicine or anything. So there's a good chance that the low treatment could spawn infections anyways. But cleaning the room will certainly help with that. You're cleaning more dirt, okay. And more blood. Did you get them both? Apparently she did. Okay, so what are you doing now? Cremating... Ah, yeah, that's fine. I will unforbid these weapons. Oh, don't do that. Also, that's a person. I think they were already dead, because I didn't see them moving around. Uh-oh. Hunting Stilicho. Good luck with that. Send him after the wolf. Okay. Please kill it quickly. Try not to get the horse too beat up. Hilda, you have a knife. I'm going to ask you to... Oh, it's already done. Prioritize cleaning. No. Just go about your business. Stilicho, you're okay. How's the horse? Not too bad. Okay, as you were. The horse should go lay down and get treated. Alright, so now that everybody's been tended to and everything else is kind of under control, I wanted to go through and look at recruitment difficulties and see if any of these people were even worth trying to recruit. So with Bison, it looks like it's going to take a long time to work through that resistance, but 75 recruitment difficulty isn't too bad. So she is potentially somebody we could recruit. Hare is going to be even more difficult at 87% and 50. Gallo has been with us for a while. He is down to 26 resistance, but his difficulty is still 99. Blue is, it looks like the lowest so far at 74 and 40. Baltra, 108. Okay. I don't think we'll be able to recruit Baltra. And with a missing lung and a missing hand, I'm not sure it's worth it anyways. So we might just cut Baltra loose. Let's see. How long until you can move around? Because he needs to make it off the map to count. Actually, are you still considered... We could execute him. But I think we'd be better off sending him back to the faction, because I'm fairly certain he's less of a threat now with one hand gone. I mean, he is still a good fighter, but his manipulation's never going to be better than, what, 50%? Yeah, I think we'll just let him go. So we'll mark him for release, because it's going to take an eternity to recruit him, and again, it might not be worth it anyways. Combo. Wow, just as difficult apparently. 99 and 102. But she is at least much healthier and has more utility. So maybe we'll keep her around for a little while and just see how it goes. Then we have Frog, the cave child, who isn't too bad. What is this set to? It should be work and recruit. Let's make sure that's the same for everybody. And I'll have to go through and set their work priorities. And then finally, Caro, who apparently we haven't been recruiting, or if we did, his resistance was pretty high. But that's the difficulty with trying to recruit tribals. They're always especially resistant and difficult to recruit, versus the pawns from the more civilized factions are generally going to be a lot easier to recruit. Alright, so as the sun rises and our people start waking up, there's a couple things I want to do today. First of all, I'd like to queue up the construction of one of these ballista. Why won't it allow me to place it? Cannot be placed under a roof. Well, that's unfortunate. So that's going to make these a whole lot less useful. We could tear the roof off of this place. But doing that just for a ballista seems kind of annoying. Right, well, we'll try it. Let's remove the roof off of that. See if that works out. And then the other thing I want to do is start this controlled burn. So I'm going to grab somebody like Stilicho and have him pick up a log. Let's see here. Just pick it up, I guess. Yeah, just one. That's all you need. And come on out here. And I'm hoping that that 3-tile buffer is enough to prevent this from jumping to the rest of the forest. But I think I will have him and maybe a couple of other people stand by in that gap, just to make sure that the fire doesn't spread beyond it. So, Loka, I'm going to ask your ask for your help. Kaibo, I'm going to ask for your help as well. Dante, good, you're going to take that horse out of the area. Alright, Silico, go ahead and equip the wood and lob it into the tree line. Loka, come over here. And Kaibo, come over there. God, it's taken you a while. Alright, log away. That's going to start the fire. And hopefully it will catch and then spread south to the water line, out to here, and over to there. Come on, horses, really? Let's see, zone... Horses... Not allowed there. Let's do that. Yeah, go the other way. Really? Really, guys? Okay. Yeah, at least they're going in the other direction. Come on now, really? You're gonna walk into the fire? Idiot. I might have to just clear them out of that whole half of the... Yeah. Let's push it even farther. We'll push it over there. Okay, so far so good. It seems to only be spreading in one direction. I think I'll let these guys go about their business because it does look like it's going to work. If it looks like it might shift and go the other way, then we will call some people back over to, you know, put out the fires. At least the ones that are spreading in the wrong direction, because eventually this will just burn itself out. Assuming it doesn't, you know, spread that way, which stuff like that might cause issues. Let's ask somebody to chop some wood and cut some plants. No, we actually want to get that one. Okay. What are you up to? Cutting a pine tree? Perfect. Come over here and do these. But yeah, this looks like it's working, though the horses just seem to be like magnetized to it for some reason. Alright. Get back on the horse and get the hell out of there. No? Okay, there we go. But yeah, so far so good. Oh great, we've got a social fight between two people that were injured as well. Well, no, Red was. Sure it wasn't. Ooh, that's an issue. Who's nearby? Tanya, it's gonna have to be you. Get out there, put that fire out. Just do not want to allow it to spread, because if it jumps over there, then we're screwed. Okay. I think we're alright. Okay, so we can put the ballista in. I'm gonna turn it this way. I don't like any of those facings, if I'm being honest. So that's going to block the door, which is kind of annoying. I think people can still get through, though. The alternative is blocking an embrasure, which is probably worse. Let's try that. Because at the very least, what we can do is make sure everybody else is in before somebody mans this. But I do want to see if this is superior to the other ballista. And then if it is, we'll compare it to the crossbow, which I'm calling a scorpion because it's way too big to be a crossbow, and we'll decide which is better between the two, and then depending on what we decide, we will start placing these in the towers all around the base. I should also go through, and since we have a brief breathing period here, I'm going to ask them to tear down another tower, and we'll get that replaced with stone. Right, so the fire has spread pretty much to the shoreline here. And so far so good. It hasn't really jumped at all except for that one little instance that we saw earlier. So I think we'll be okay. I'm still keeping an eye on it. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. So what I did is I wrapped a home zone around the area I wanted burned so that I would be notified by the game anytime it shifted outside of that. Why don't, if you're going to put it out, then go ahead and cut it down, because it's just going to catch again. So at least if we do that, then we don't need to worry about it. Baltra exited the map healthy, so our relationships went up. Now it's funny because I think earlier in the day we actually had it trend negative from minus 28 to minus 38. So we only gained 2 relation with them for that, but whatever. He wasn't going to be of any use to us anyways, and since he's missing a hand, I think he's actually probably going to be detrimental to their efforts, if anything. Well, it looks like the rain went ahead and put our fire out, which is unfortunate. So we'll have to start it again if we want to clear out the rest of this, but that'll have to happen after the rain ends. So I think this is as good a time as any to go ahead and call the episode, and hopefully by the time we come back for the next one, we will have our ballista finished and be able to test it out. We will hopefully have everybody healthy, and maybe have made some progress on our prisoners as well. So I'll keep an eye on that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Rome with you, but no, some RimWorld Rome with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.